Welcome back. It's your boy Danye BC2, and today we got a great video to react to. Now, this video is two older, they're all older women, but it's two older women, I would say, that are talking about relationships. And I need to give y'all a little bit of background knowledge on the video because it gets right into it. Like, I want to skip to where it gets right into it, but they're basically asking the question: if a man gave you 80% in terms of he's doing everything he needs to do, and you're happy with 80% of like your needs, and he's missing 20% of what you need from him, is that okay? Will you still be with that man? So if you're happy with 80% of what he does and you're not happy with 20%, are you going to be with that guy? Is where the conversation is starting from. And before we get into the video, just do me a huge favor, hit that like and subscribe button, and let's react to this.
We're not perfect.
We're not perfect. 80 is a strong number.
Yes, it is.
I mean, hey, when you list them all out, if they hitting 80%,
Mr. Right.
80%. I mean, they doing it. I mean, that's when you be like, that's my boo right there.
Right.
Do it, right? 80% is a strong number. But is that settling? Am I settling for only 80%? Because the flip side of that is saying that there's nobody who will be able to give me everything I need.
I don't think it's settling. I think it's realistic because I'm responsible first and foremost of my own happiness.
True. Okay, you're right.
So for me to expect someone to give 100% of themselves to me because I had this laundry list of he's got to do this, he's got to do that, he's got to do that. I think I'm setting myself up for an unhappy relationship eventually.
That's a good way to look at it. And now it makes me think. I'm like, shoot, did Troy have 80%?
So this grandma is spitting. I agree with everything that she's saying, and that it does start with you. Happiness starts with you. You can't find happiness in somebody else, and I hate that because a lot of people do try to find happiness. A lot of people before they get into relationships are broken or got a lot of trauma that they got to deal with, and think that getting with somebody else is going to fix that. No, your partner cannot fix the trauma that you have. You need to figure it out yourself. You need to get help, maybe. And you need to then take your healthy mindset and bring that into the relationship because you're bringing your best foot forward. And also, it's not fair to drag that energy and that vibe onto another person. It's not fair on that and on their end. And more what the grandma was saying though is 80% is not settling. I don't know why people think that's settling. Somebody shouldn't be 100%. You're like, you shouldn't be 100% happy with somebody. That's not even, I don't know. I can't say that's not healthy, but it's not healthy. It's kind of annoying. Like, you always do the right thing. Like, I'm not saying that relationships got to be toxic, but like, we aren't the same people. We don't think the same. Like, something, I mean, is going to get on my nerves. And I think that has a little bit to do with relationships being more interesting. But you let me know if I'm tripping.
Hey, he open. I think I got shorted. I think I was short.
Now you give Troy all you.
Oh, I think I got bamboozled.
Right.
Why were we not talking about the 80-20 rule in 1995?
Because you was, like
94.
you just said, you was just head over heels.
So I'm really thinking, I've never really thought about it. I'm glad that the Lord dropped this on us, right? Because it really makes you take a look and say, well, did he have 80%? Because back then my 80% was different
And
than
what
my
your 80%
80%
is now.
Yeah.
now.
And that's it. I was gonna say that as we, mature, those type things change.
Yeah.
And also keep in mind, are you yourself 80%?
Mm, come on, say it again.
Hey, the rule don't talk about we got to be equally.
Oh, but we do.
But we do.
But we do.
Nobody said that we had to give
But we do. If we're expecting,
Because if
If we're
she's looking
expecting
for
it.
somebody with 80%,
yeah,
he's looking for
For somebody,
somebody with
exactly.
80%. If they aren't,
Mhm.
run.
Right.
Flee.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, y'all! This just really broadens, and now I'm thinking about
I like that. The other woman flipped it and said that if he has to be 80%, then you should be 80% as well. And I like that. You know what I mean? That she's holding other women accountable and she's saying that you got to bring something to the table as long as the man. And I'm not going to lie to you. Like the older generation, like that age, I don't believe failed us. And I feel like a lot of them still have a lot of gems. I know a lot of older people in that 70-year-old range that they have a lot of that traditional mindset. They have that men work their butt off, men provide, and a lot of the older women have that nurturing feel, that 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 caringness, that willing to do whatever for the kids, willing to do whatever for the family, the sacrifice. They have a lot of those traits that traditional people had, and it's leaving. Sadly, it's leaving society, and it's leaving society because technology and this internet has a lot to do with it, due to the fact that we take advice from people that are on it the most, and the people that are on it the most are the younger generation, and they give their opinions, their thoughts, and it's just madness. And this can cause a lot of problems because the older generation is getting basically canceled out, and they're not being able to help the youth as much because the youth feel like they don't need to take notes from the older generation, which is sad. And I think this is why you're starting to see so many different views. This is why I think it's information overload. How do you know what is real or not nowadays? How do you know what's good for you or what's bad for you nowadays? Because they just, like, literally, you can look at one subject and they'll tell you why that subject is bad and why that subject is good. And it's up for you to determine which one you feel, but there's no like direction, I feel like, no more. Whatever good that you can look up, there's two bads you can find with the same situation. So I mean, I think it goes to show that society is changing, that the older generation, they have a lot of wisdom. This video right here, I think, shows that they have different viewpoints and that they feel like you don't have to be perfect. And I feel like they're saying that message of find happiness with yourself. You don't have to be perfect. The man doesn't have to bring 100%. If he has 80, that's good enough for me. That's Mr. Right. And I have to be able to hold my own as well. So let me know what you think. Do you think that these women are off? Do you think that I'm off? Hey, who knows? Please do me a huge favor before we get out of here. Hit that like and subscribe button. You see the Cash App up top. If you're feeling generous, send me a couple dollars, buy me some lunch. I would appreciate it, and look forward to seeing y'all soon.